Good afternoon, children.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Okay. Switch on the video, children. Okay. So we are discussing with tables. That is how we can insert a table, how we can insert one row in a table, how we can delete one row, or how we can insert one column, how we can delete one column, just like that. Okay. These are the topics we discussed in the previous session. So today I will show some table, customized table creation. Then that is how we can create table of content and also mail merge. These are the topics today we are discussing. That is the practical section we can't include today because it is not installed here. So when I am taking class from home, I will show all these things. Okay. Okay, children. Okay. So the last topic we discussed it is creating a table. Next topic it is create and customize table of contents. That is how we can create and customize table of contents. Yes, Ahlam. All of you switch on the video, children. Okay, so how we can create a table of content? Okay, Lena. Then table of content means what? What is table of content? In all of your textbook, the index page is there. No, that is the one of the example for table of content. Here I am creating. Here I'm using what happened? One second. Okay, Raya. One second. Okay. Here I'm writing the table of content of a book that is Alice in Wonderland. Okay, this is an example for table of content. So using digital documentation, you want to create one table of content of one book, or based on one essay, or based on your textbook or something. Okay, so if you want to create a table of content like this, we are using create and customize table of contents. For that, you want to first you want to select table menu, after that insert table. In that insert table, one option is you write the option, it is table of content. Yesterday, I will just show that term, it is table of contents, index and bibliography. Table of content, index and bibliography. That is the content. Okay, so this is an example for table of content. So you want to set a table of content. If you want to set a table of content based on one book, or based on one essay, or based on something, based on some writings, then you want to first select table, then insert table. In that insert table, the table content, index and bibliography option is select that one. Okay, then you will get a window like this. Here, 5 options are there: type option, entries option, style, columns, and background. The first one, it is type. Then second one, it is entries, then styles, columns, and background. Here, first one, it is type. So this is the default setting arrangement. Okay. Type means we can just type the heading. If I want to set the title as my book content, then you just type here, my book content. If you want to place the title, then instead of table, you want to write my book content or table of content. Okay, that is title. Then if you want to set this my book content as title, you can select the option from this type drop down menu. So many options are there. You can select one of the option from that. Okay. Then if you type this sentence here, then instead of table, this my book content will appear here. Okay. That is title. Under type, first option is title. You can select the title. Or if there is no title, if you don't want any title, just blank this column. Erase all the contents in that column. Then you'll get a blank title. Okay. Then next one, it is protected against manual changes. If you click on this button, other users can't do anything from this table of content. That is protect against. You just notice this one. Title is there. I will explain the contents. That is first one, it is title. Then second one, it is protected against manual changes. 4 is there. Evaluate up to is there. These are the important terms related with this type option. Okay. So here it is type. Adding a title, that is the first option, it is title. To add a title, enter the title in the title field. Okay, in that column, that title column, you just add the title. Instead of table, I will just write my book content. Just like that, you can type your own title in that field. That is in title field. Okay, all of you switch on the video, children. Then second option, it is protecting against manual changes. That is to protect the table of content from being changed accidentally. Check the protected against manual changes checkbox. That is, just tick the protected against manual changes checkbox. If you tick on that box, the other user or user can't do anything in that table of content. That is, if there is by mistake, if we change the spelling of a word, it will never happen if you tick this protected against manual changes checkbox. It will protect against manual changes. That is, from user changes, it will protect. When you place a tick mark here, if you place a tick mark, then here, if you place a tick mark, then that protected against manual is activated. Then no one can change the spelling or space or heading or something like that in your table of content. That is protect against manual changes. The next one is changing the number of level. Changing the number of level means by default, writer evaluates 10 levels of headings. Okay, 1 second, I will show you. Here, this is the default settings. This is the default setting. Here by default 10 levels are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just like 10 levels are there. By default 10 levels are there. I want to reduce that levels into 3 or 5. Then just set this level, evaluate up to level as 5. Here set as 5. Okay, by default 10 levels are there. I just take it only this much of levels. By default 10 levels are there. If you place a value 5, then it will reduce into 5 levels. Okay, for that I'm using this 5. Then here for entire document and for a particular chapter, 2 options are there for. That means this heading and this level is for entire document or for a single chapter. That is the meaning. That is, for means 2 options are there. Entire document option is there and chapter option is there. So this settings, that is this 5 level and this heading and this protected against manual images, all these settings are for either for a particular chapter or for the entire document. For that, I'm using this for entire document or for a particular chapter. So first you want to give title. Then if you tick this protected against manual changes means the users can't do anything in this content. So it is this, all these contents are protected from the users, other users. Then evaluate up to level is default level, it is 10. We can reduce it, we can reduce or increase. Based on our need, we can set this level. Then next it is 4. 4 means it is for entire document or for a particular chapter. We can select, if you select entire document means entire document is set with these changes. If you select it as a chapter, this change is only for a particular chapter. Okay. All of you switch on the video, children. So that is, these are the main points related with type: adding a title, protecting against manual changes, changing the number of levels. The next one, it is entries. Write the heading entries. After type, this is entries. Is it clear, children? After type, the second option, it is entries. In this entries, level is there, then this is the structure line. Within this structure line, so many options are there. ls is one symbol, e hash is the e, t, then hash, le. This is structure line. So under structure line, so many options. I will explain these options. Then chapter number. Chapter number means based on page number we can select. Based on entry text, that is based on entry text, we can select the chapter number. Then chapter number option, tab stop option, then hyperlink option. Then character style is also there. Character style means we can select the character style that we already discussed in the previous section. That is how we can set the character style. Here, so many character options are there. You just select one of the character style, then you will get that particular character style. Okay, so this is the entry window. Now we will discuss what is this ls, e hash, e, t hash, just like that, and what is this level also. Okay. Use the entries tab to format the entries in the table of content. If we enter one hyperlink, what will happen? What is hyperlink? This is hyperlink. If you want to, in your page, you want to enter one hyperlink, then how we can insert one hyperlink in your document? Or how we can input one chapter number in your document? For that purposes, we are using this entries. Use the entries tab to format the entries in the table of content. That is, if we enter one hyperlink, what will, how we can input the hyperlink, or how we can input chapter number, or how we can input one text, just like that. Okay. So the e hash button, each button on the structure line represents one element. Structure line, I already show the structure line. This is the structure line. This is the structure line. Okay. So the first symbol, it is e hash button, represents the character number. E hash button represents the character number. Just note these points. Just write e hash, then write character number. There's no need of writing this button and represents. Just like a short note, you just write e hash represents chapter number. E button represents entry text. That is which is the entry text. That is starting text. T button, tab stop. Tab stop means after one character, if I'm giving a tab space, where is the stop of that tab? That is tab stop. Then hash button represents page number. Then ls button represents the start of hyperlink. That is, I want to, this is the hyperlink. Example for hyperlink, it is http://www.google.co.in. Here, ls button represents the start of hyperlink. This is the start of hyperlink. ls button represents the start of a hyperlink. le button represents the end of a hyperlink. le button represents the end of the hyperlink. E hash button represents the chapter number. E entry text. T, you just E for entry text. T for tab stop. Just like that. Hash is for page number. ls is for start of a hyperlink. le for, that is ls means start. S means start. So ls is start of a hyperlink. le end of a hyperlink. E for end. End of a hyperlink. Completed. Eva completed, Eva?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So in that entries table, The other option, it is deleting elements. That is not here. One more option is there. I'll miss that screenshot. So it is delete. Deleting elements. To delete an element from the structure line. That is, if I want to delete that E hash from the structure line, click the button that represents that particular message and then press the delete key on your keyboard. Okay. Here, if I want to delete this LE, then select this LE and press delete key in your keyboard. Okay. Select that LE and press delete key. Then that particular button will be deleted from the structure line. Deleting elements. To delete an element from the structure line, click the button that represents that element and then press the delete key on your keyboard. Then how we can add one element? These are the default elements. These are the default elements. If you want to add one more element, then use this adding elements option. That is, to add an element to the structure line, first you want to place your cursor in the white field to the left where you want to insert the element. Press the cursor in the plain field where you want to insert that element. Then click one of the 5 buttons that are just below the structure line. That is, 1 second, I will show that. Here, if you want to add one button here, you just press here, then select one of the button from here. Chapter number is there, entry text is there, tab stop is there. If you want to add tab stop, press tab stop. Okay, that is the meaning of that sentence. Click one of the 5 buttons that are just below the structure line. That is, to add tab stop, click the tab stop button. That is just below the structure line. So many options are there. Select one button from there. A button representing the new element appears on the structure line. Okay. Then applying character style. That you already explained. Character style means on the structure line, click the button that represents the element to which you want to apply a style. Then that is, first you want to select that structure. Which structure you want to change the style. First you want to select the button from the structure line. This is the structure line. Select one button, then press this character style. Select one of the character from this character style. Okay. On the structure line, click the button that represents the element to which you want to apply a style. And after that, from the character style drop-down list, select the desired style. Writer applies the selected style to the selected element. Okay. The next it is using the styles tab. Use the style tab to apply paragraph style to the table of content. If you want to apply style tab, that is the next one, it is after type, After entries, next one it is styles. Then columns and background. 3 more there. The third one it is styles. So we are discussing about this style. In this style, levels option is there, paragraph style is there. Okay. Styles, assignment, levels is there, then paragraph style is there. So to apply a paragraph style to an outline level, follow these steps. In the levels list box, select the desired outline level. After that, click the paragraph style that you want to apply. Click the button to apply the selected paragraph style to the selected outline level. To remove paragraph style from outline level, in the levels list box, select the desired outline level by clicking it. Then click the default button. That is, to apply a paragraph style, so here, to apply a paragraph style, select one of the paragraph style. Okay, then press this button. Then it will go to the levels. Then if you want to remove all the paragraph style, press default. Okay, then all the paragraph styles will remove. One more option is the default paragraph style. This is also used for removing all the paragraph style, default paragraph style. So for setting paragraph style, press one of the paragraph style from this box and press this one. If you want to remove the paragraph style, select one of the level from here and you just set it as default. Okay. Using the style tab to apply paragraph style. Then using the background tab. Background tab is used for setting the background style. We can set the background color. We can set one image as background, just like that. Okay. Then deleting color or graphics also possible. Background color means we can set the background color. This is an example for here. This is background. Then here we can select the bitmap. Bitmap means from here we can select one background. Here tilde style is there. Then width we can set, height we can set. Then position, we can place this image either in center position or in left position or in right position. Then we can give the percentage of tilling. These are the option under. Then none is the color is there. If you don't want anything, then you just press none. If you want to set the color, you just press color. Then if you press a color, then you will get a set of colors. So this is background option. The next is editing a table of content. How we can edit the table of content. We already create one table of content based on one book, that is Alice in Wonderland. I just create a table of content. Then how we can edit the contents within the edit the contents. how we can edit the contents. To edit an existing table of contents, click anywhere in the table of content and then right click. The context menu will appear. From the context menu, choose edit index table. Then we can edit. After editing, we can save the content. Okay. If this is the this is one of the heading in your table of content. If you want to change the contents as, if you want to remove this one, or we can change the spelling of contents, then you just place the mouse here and right click. Then one option is there, edit index table. Then you can edit the index page. After editing, press save. If I want to remove this S, place the cursor here, right click, then edit index table, change the spelling, then save the table. Okay. Then update table of content. If you add or delete text, or you add or delete a heading, you need to update the table of content. If you want to delete one heading, or if you want to add one heading or add one text, for that I'm using this update table of content. Place the cursor within the table of content. After that, the same way like edit index, right click, select update index table. Here it is. Here it is edit index table. Here it is update index table. Okay, right click and select update index table from the pop-up menu. So for editing, right click, edit index table. After that, edit, then save the button. For updating, select update index table. After right clicking, select update index table. Okay. Then deleting a table of content. To delete the table of content, that is, I want to delete all the contents in this table of content. That is, in Alice in Wonderland, I want to delete all the contents, table of contents. For that, click anywhere in the table of content and then right click, then choose delete index table. Click anywhere in the table of content and then right click. At the time of right click, so many menus will appear. From that, delete index table. Select delete index table. Okay. So the next topic or last topic from this chapter, it is implement mail merge. Mail merge. What is mail merge? What is mail merge? If I want to send a message to you 40 students, 40 IT students, I want to send a message. The message is same, but your address is different. 40 students are there. Your address is different. I want to send the same message to you 40 students. Then I will use this mail merge. If I want to send a message, the message is same. The sender address is same, but the receiver address is different. At that time, you can use this mail merge. I want to send another example. It is, I want to send in our school, 1,000 students are there. I want to send the invitation of annual day celebration to this 1,000 students. So this 1,000 students, I want to send the invitation of annual day, but the concept is, the content is same. Annual day invitation, the format and content, all the information is same, but the receivers are different. At that time, we are using this mail merge for easy message sending. Okay. So a mail merge is a way to take a letter you have written and send it to a whole bunch of people, a set of people, personalizing it with information about, not in the case of WhatsApp group. I want to send personal message. Same message I want to send to 1,000 parents. just like a personal message. For that, I'm using this mail merge. Personalizing it with information about them. So they might think that you are sending that letter personally for them. Okay, that persons will think that they are sending that message personally to them, but the sender will send using that sending that letter using mail merge. Okay, so a mail merge can also be a quick way to take a list of people's mailing address and generate a label or envelope with address for a different person on each label with different envelope. Okay, that is, receiver address is different. Sender is me and receiver you 40 children. Okay, so receiver address is different, matter is same, sender is also same. At that situation, we are using this mail merge option. Okay. Then create a mail merge document. For starting with this mail merge, first you want to create a document, that is using a template. First you want to create, in the case of that annual day invitation example, first you want to create the invitation based on annual day. Based on annual day, first you want to create the letter or invitation letter. For that, you can use any template or you can create a new writer document. Template means it is the model of letter. Okay, so you can select a template or you can create a new letter using this writer document. And after that, serve that document and write out the text that will be data source to everyone and plan where you want to. Let's write this one. Where you want the fields. That is, first you create this, write this invitation letter, information about the invitation day, time, all the things, guest name, all the things you write like this using a template or using a new writer document. After that, give appropriate name for, serve that document with appropriate name. Serve this document with appropriate name. After that, write out the text that will be data source to everyone. Data source means it is the address of that 1,000 parents. Okay, data source means the address of that 1,000 parents. So for mail merging, we need a set of address and also a letter. We are joining this data source and letter together. That purpose is known as mail merge. Okay. One letter is there, that is invitation letter is there, and a set of addresses are there. That addresses are stored in data source. That is either in spreadsheet or in Excel sheet, we can store that address. So this address, 1,000 address and these invitations are joined using mail merge. That is mail merge. Okay, data source means set of addresses. To make the data source, we already discussed this data source making, that is choose from file, wizards, address data source. I think yesterday we discussed this address data source, that is from file, wizards, address data source is there. From that we can type all the addresses. Or we can use a spreadsheet, that is a spreadsheet that we can, or text file, we can store the address either in spreadsheet or text file or any type of database like MySQL. So select the data source. The data source is taken either from using this step or using this step. Okay, so data source means receiver's address.
Ma'am, IT also some is MCQ.
Yes, it is MCQ. Okay.
But ma'am, yesterday sent that questions. Not MCQs. Computer IT.
IT is not question, dear. It is notes.
Notes.
It is based on that chapter, the notes, not question. Okay, I will send question. Then you want to merge this data source and You want to merge this data source and main document. That is how we can merge this set of addresses and document. That is letter. That is the next step. Open the letter you want to use. Once you have the letter, then insert the fields from the database. That is, insert the fields from the database means which address. That is this. I will just open that letter. Just open the letter. Then invitation details are there. Then insert the fields from the database. That is, in the database, I will just store some name, that is name, it is ABC, address, name is there, address is there, phone number is there. Place this field here. Okay, this is the letter. Then place the row that is needed for, that is the first person's address, place here. Okay, that is once you have the letter, then insert the fields from the database. Database means the addresses of that 1,000 parents. From that 1,000 parents, select address of one person and place that in a specific position. If you want a field in the letter twice, if you want here, automatically I'm using name, address, and phone number. If you want one more field, then you can add one more field. That is, if you want to add house number, you can add that house number also. Or if you want to add pin code, you can add that field also. Okay, if you want a field in the letter twice, you can drag it twice. Okay. Format the document. Format the document means we can change the style of that character, or we can change the color of the character, just like that. Okay. Then the last step is to either print the letter to a printer or mail it to the receiver. Okay. So first open the letter, place the address in a proper position. If you want to add more fields, just add more fields. Then after that, format the document. That is, we can change the style, color, just like that. That is format. Then take a print or send it through mail. That is mail merge. This is the practical session. When we select that mail merge, this is the window. Here address book type is the, that is from this address book type, we can select the data source. And connection settings is the table selection, field assignment, data source title. This is for creating data source wizard. Okay. This is the last topic. That is working labels. It is not an important topic. Just write this one. Working labels means we can select a label from new labels. Select new, then labels. That is for giving a heading, that is label. New labels. Okay.